I'm going to show you how great I am.
All right, YouTube, I'm going to do a quick review on this Hercules 2.4 ram quarter-inch sheet palm finishing sander. Now, I just picked it up. I've only used it for about 2 minutes. So I'm not going to talk about the performance just yet. I've only used it for 2 minutes. Now, the reason why I used it at all this quick is because the model I got, look how bad the box is. This is how bad the box was. It had holes in the box or whatever. It was beat up. I wanted to make sure it worked. It would be really embarrassing to pull it out to do a review and it doesn't even work. So I wanted to make sure it worked. So I used it for a couple of minutes. It works. Now, I haven't put it to the test yet. Now, all right, guys, this is it. Now, if you go to Harbor Freight, you guys know, if you guys get your notifications, they have that bronze sander, right? It's like $35. It's the red bronze sander. I actually went to Harbor Freight looking for that sander. But right across from this was this one. Now, the bronze sander was on sale for like $35. I actually got this one for $40. And it was just, to me, it was better. If you compare the bronze to this one, for the type of work that we do, if you want something that's not going to give you a lot of fatigue, this one is better. This one fits in the hand better, and it's not as bulky as the bronze one was. I haven't used the bronze one. It might be fine, but I'm just saying, first impressions, I kept picking them both up in the store. This one was a much better feel in the hand. You see that? Now, real quick, this is what comes in the box, right? You have your dust collector, you have the sander, obviously. They give you a couple of sheets, look like 3 sheets of 150, which we will not be using right now, and this. Now, what a lot of people don't understand, when you buy sanders, if you see this in the package, this is actually a tool. See, a lot of people think it's just to hold the sander in the box, but this is actually a tool. What you do with this is so you can take regular sandpaper. I'm going to try this sandpaper today, but you can take regular sandpaper, right? And you put it on here, and you press it down, it punches holes. That's what this is. This punches holes in your sandpaper, so that way it lines up with the holes on the bottom of the sander, and that's it. That way the dust will go through and collect in the bag if you care about that thing. Some people don't care about it. But if you want your sandpaper to have holes in it like this, as opposed to like this, then that's what this is for. This is so you can punch holes in your sandpaper. And that's it. Now, the other thing that I did like about this particular sander is that it has the Velcro on the bottom, or hook and loop, I guess to be technical. But it has the hook and loop on the bottom, which allows, I ordered some paper with hook and loop on the background, and see? So that's what I liked about it. That was the really deciding factor for me, because, a lot of times if you have these palm sanders, the surface is usually smooth, and it also comes with these clips. But you guys know, if you have those regular sanders and they only come with these clips, sometimes when you sanding, that paper starts working itself loose. If that's the only way you have to hold the paper, it starts working it loose, then the paper tears. Then you got a piece that's too small to do anything with. So the fact that this one had the Velcro, in addition to the clips, I like it. Now, if I want, you can use both. See, you have the Velcro holding it, and then I can just, I guess I need some scissors, but then I can get it in there and then hook it up. And then, let me see if I can force this up in here, YouTube. And then, basically, it'll hold the paper like that. Do both sides. So, that's it, YouTube. The only thing we need to know is if it's any good. Does it sand? I'm about to take you guys over to the car, and we're going to see if it's any good. Now, let me speak on that real quick. I am in the process of sanding down the clear on the Camry so I can do a flow coat. the reason I'm using this sander as opposed to the air sander, which I will be using as well, I'm just going to use this on flat surfaces. Basically what happened is I was hand sanding this car by hand, and I allowed the clear to get hard. I waited too late to do it, and it's a lot of work wet sanding the car by hand. So this is just to speed up the work a little bit on the flat surfaces. All right, YouTube, so give me a second. We're going to plug this in. We're going to go over to the car. We're going to see how it does. All right, YouTube, so as you see over here, I'd been wet sanding this car by hand. That's what's going on over here. But over here, I did this half of the trunk by hand, right? The wet sanding has been happening this half by hand. I didn't do it on this edge, but that's how I got it nice and smooth. But this is where I stopped, right here in the middle, so you guys can see some orange peel. That's the orange peel I'm trying to work out. I'm trying to get everything flat. So what I'm going to do, I am going to use a sander, wish me luck, to get this out. Hopefully I don't cut too deep. This is 600 grit that I put on there. So I am going to use the sandpaper to see how quickly it'll cut it down. Now I ran it over once before just to get it, you know, just like this. This side was done by hand, and now we're going to see how it does. All right, YouTube? So, let's give it a shot. Alright, YouTube, I'm just going to grab this cloth. We're going to wipe it off real quick just to see what it looks like. I don't want to do too much on the car if it's not going to go well. There it is. It's not bad, actually. I see little marks, but it's not bad, actually. So this was done by hand, and this was done with the sander, and you know, it's not bad. It actually took out the peel pretty nice, if you guys remember from a second ago. So we're going to tackle this little area right here and just see. We're going to tackle this and see how that works out. Hold on. See, I get nervous when I start seeing these little curly cues. Curly cues are never good. A lot of times it's caused by the sandpaper. Sometimes it's caused by dust on the sandpaper. So we're going to clean this. Hold on a second. Let me see. It may be the sandpaper. Dust in the paper. Well, it's working it out some, YouTube. So let me clean up the sandpaper and give it one more pass, and then we can just see, and then I'll tell you guys what I think. Alright, YouTube. Whoops. Cleaned it off. Should be good. Alright, last pass. Get the dust off. Last pass, and we'll see how it does. We're going to try to get out all these little spots right here. I don't know, YouTube. Well, YouTube, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna blame this on the sandpaper right now, but I'm gonna say this, YouTube. It's making quick work of it. You guys see it. I'm doing it in real time. It's making quick work. Now, this is, like I said, this was done by hand. This was done by hand. This was done by machine. I don't know. The machine is doing a good job. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say it's a nice sander. It's doing a good job. It's kind of hard to compare because I use two different sandpaper brands on this. So this sandpaper is that Duragold. I use the Norton sandpaper on here, and the Norton seems to do it without leaving so much of the little stuff. So, alright, YouTube, I might cut some Norton sandpaper and put it on it, but my overall review, the sander is fine. It's not heavy at all. It's easy to control. I say, listen, you go to the store, you compare them. If you happen to go there to get the Bauer one, this one was only $5 more. To me, I think it was worth it. Hopefully you guys like it, man. But to me, it's a good sander. All right? So I'll catch you guys on the next video.
I gave life to the game. It's only right. I got the right to be king.